Vegogarden has some amazing attachments to go along with their metal raised beds. They have the cover system with a mesh cover, and they have this greenhouse system as well. And that's what we're talking about today. I am in the process of redesigning my main garden area. And part of this redesign is to put Vegogarden metal raised beds into this space, taking out wooden raised beds. Metal raised beds last longer, they're more attractive, and these 17-inch raised beds, y'all, I don't have to bend my back. I can sit in my stool and I'm in good shape. But Vegogarden reached out to me and they sent me some accessories to install, as well as this bed here to install, so I can show you some of the new product lines that they have. And one of the new product lines they have is the raised bed greenhouse cover. That's what this is right here. They've already had the cover system with the mesh, right, to keep the insects out, that kind of stuff. But now they have this greenhouse cover, which will increase the overall growing time in your garden, especially when it starts cooling off and you get those frosts. This will actually protect your plants and help you grow longer. You can start earlier and you can garden longer throughout the season. So I am going to set up with the greenhouse cover today, but I wanted to let you know that the original cover system that they have with the mesh works exactly the same way, and they both fit over the same design. I can put one on early in the season when I need that extra protection and that little warmth, or late in the season. And during the main time, I can use the regular mesh system to protect my garden from, for me, that's going to be raccoons, it's going to be skunks, it's going to be squirrels, and who knows what other pests are out there, in addition to the insects, right? Those green cabbage worms, we don't want that on our plants. So both of these systems will give you that kind of protection, but at the same time is letting the sunlight in, and the greenhouse cover will keep it warm as well. So I'm going to finish setting this bed up, and you're coming with me as always. So the first thing that I did in this space was remove all of the old wooden beds from this space. And then I started filling, this is a 3.5 by 6.5. I think it's called Sunlit Oak. I'm gonna have to double check on the color that I got here. But this is the new color that we're putting in the main garden area. In the bottom, I got cardboard. I got the old wooden boards that I used for the wooden raised beds in the bottom. And I have tree limbs and twigs and all of that kind of stuff. There's a couple sticking up. This bed right here is in its wrong place. So I took all of the soil that was in that bed and moved it over to this bed here. So we are going to finish filling this one all the way up with soil, and we're going to get that cover on, y'all. Now, I have videos out there on how to set these beds up, because I have 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or so in my garden, as I've been changing out all of my wooden raised beds to metal raised beds. So if you're looking for the instructions on how to set it up, that kind of stuff, I got a video or 2 out there of me putting it together. Today, we're really just focusing on this new greenhouse cover and the mesh, the accessories. I only use potting soil in my beds. I don't use raised bed soil. I mean, I'll put it in the bottom if I have to, but I prefer to use Happy Frog from Fox Farm in everything that I do in my garden. I just think the quality is there. It's expensive. It's hard to find where I live, but that's my preferred brand of soil to use in my beds. Now, I started this process yesterday. And all of the soil that I put in yesterday, I came back and I watered it in. I watered it in really, really good, hoping to help it settle a little bit before adding 2 brand new bags of Happy Soil. Now, even though we're setting this bed up for next year, but we're going to use it this year as well. And that's why we're installing the greenhouse cover on here versus the mesh, because we are already in September. The temperatures at night are already starting to cool down. No frost in sight yet, but it'll be coming soon. And with a 6.5-foot bed that's 3.5 feet wide, I can put a lot of cabbage and things like that over here and harvest up through Christmas. At least that's the plan. I believe this greenhouse cover is also going to give me the ability to get my transplants outside faster, because I don't have to worry about the frost taking them out. Now, I know this soil looks a little high, but it's still got a lot of settling to do. So before I finish putting the accessory on, I want to go ahead and get my little rubber trim on, get that in place before we finish with that other step. So I got the little, whatever you call this little thing, the little gasket on, going all the way around. And now we are going to finish with the directions on how to set up these pieces right here. I've already done some pre-installation on getting the little hooks in place right here, but now I need to tighten it. So these are, well, I might need to tighten that too, but we are going to tighten these pieces up all the way around. That's nice and tight. The one note I have is that if you are installing the bed for the first time, don't put these pieces on until after you've filled it with soil, because it's going to be hard to get the soil in with these pieces in the way. So I'm going to just follow these directions right here, and we're going to get all of these installed following the steps. Now, the one thing you need to remember, if you're interested in the greenhouse cover or even the original cover system, the cover system has to match whatever configuration your bed is in. And since I'm in a 3.5 by 6.5 foot bed, the way that's my configuration, I had to get the mesh to match that design. But that way, you know, it's nice and fitted, and you're not going to have to worry about it not being an accurate fit. Just make sure that it matches however you have your bed designed. So let's move on to the next steps. Here's a tip for you. When you're putting these side pieces on, the word Vego Garden reads normal. It reads in this direction. It's not up, not down. It reads left or right. Okay, now I just got to put my little curves in on the side. You know, I was a little worried about this being flimsy, but y'all, it's not. Once you start putting these side braces in, it's nice and sturdy. There are also indentions on how far to push your parts in. So I'm making sure I push in all the way to that indention. It's sturdy. It's really sturdy. So now I'm creating the bow that's going to go across the top. And these poles for the bow going across the top are smaller than all of the other frame pieces, so you know you got the right pieces. And then I go to that side, put that one in, and we'll be good to go. That's one in. I will connect the next 3, and we'll finish putting it together. You don't want to forget to push them all the way in, all the way to the little groove that they're giving you. So I'm gonna have to go to the back side and push those all the way in, but I only wanna go over there once. So into the little grooves. Everything's nice and tight. All right, I've checked everything. Everything's all the way into the little notches. And so now I need to figure out the next step, which I believe we're done because this says all connected. And the last step is to put the mesh over top. If you have an irrigation system, it shows you how to install that as well. I don't have one. So I'm going straight to the cover piece. Now I have options. I could put the mesh cover on and just keep the insects and the vermin out, or I can put the greenhouse cover on. And I am opting for the greenhouse cover today. So here's the mesh, which I will be using next summer, but here's the greenhouse cover, which I'm going to use right now. So I removed the ties. All right, I got to decide which side is the front, which side is the back, I guess. Mom, can you help me, please? I'm going to get someone to help me put it on. That'll make it easier to throw over the top. All right, it looks like there's no front or back. The same opening is on both sides, which is actually really good. So if I happen to be on the back side, I can still get this installed. So I'm going to get my mother to help me here. Can you get back there? You're skinnier than me. Can you get it? Looks like a perfect fit. There it is. Look at that. A greenhouse cover. Nice. All right. Now, if I left it just like this, y'all, it might fly off. So there are tabs that I'm going to connect. So I'm going to unzip it, and we are going to connect the tabs to make for a nice tight fit. Oh, I like this. Little piece of Velcro right there to hold it open. And then there are little Velcro tabs all along it. There's one. There's a little tie down here as well. It's pretty nice. All right, where are my rest of my Velcro? There are little windows on the side to help the greenhouse breathe that you can roll up, which I'm going to do because it's still 80 degrees, y'all. I like the way that you can make this nice and tight to try to keep rodents from coming in. I like the air vents on the side. This is really going to help me, hopefully, with at least the skunk. I don't know. Raccoons can do anything and everything they want to do. They'll probably come up here, untie it, have a meal, and tie it back up. And like I mentioned, there's Velcro on the top to hold it open. If you want to keep it open, you don't have to worry about it flying all over the place. Oh, there's a tie on the side. Oh, to tighten it even more. Nice. Bet you there's one on the other side too. Y'all, there it is. The new vegogarden metal raised bed with the greenhouse fully installed and ready to go for my fall season. Now, I think I'm gonna like this. There's still plenty of room to get in here to work. You can work from both sides, And your garden will be protected if you ever get one of those early fall frosts, those big heavy ones that kind of just kills everything. I can put stuff in here and I can keep the garden going longer throughout my season. It's got plenty of ventilation, and I can use the same frame for my mesh cover to protect my vegetables from cabbage moths and all of that other stuff that we don't want in the garden. So this bed is ready to go, and it's ready to receive some type of food. Links are below to the Vego Garden website, so you can click on that to see this product among other things. Of course, there is a discount code below as well. So if you are interested in purchasing, you can use my discount code to save you a little more money. This means I can garden anywhere, anytime, for the most part, in Southwest Ohio. Don't forget to check out the Vego Garden metal raised bed with the cover system as well as the greenhouse cover system. Bye.